Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Stone Love. If you're new here, it's all about the science and psychology of manifesting. Today, I can't wait to share with you some really profound tips on if you are counter manifesting, which means if you are manifesting the exact opposite of what you want into your life. This video is really going to help you because I know it's helping me. I'm now 42 years old. I've spent so much of my life feeling incredibly guilty. My mother's last name is Griffin, and there's a whole thing that everybody always says joking around in my family, joking but not joking, is you've got a case of the Griffin guilt, because that's how big and strong this emotion runs through my family. But what I've been learning recently from the one and only Marisa Peer, who I talk about a lot on this channel because she's an incredible hypnotherapist, renowned around the world, and she's changing lives left and right. It's our unconscious thoughts. It's the things that are going on in the background that are actually self-sabotaging, creating destructive behavior, and stopping us from manifesting our dreams. And if you've ever looked up David Hawkins, he's built this whole scale of consciousness where he's actually measured the frequency that emits from different emotions. And guilt and shame are at the bottom of the chart. Because remember, our thoughts, our emotions are electrical impulses. And if we're emitting that out of ourselves, guess what? We're attracting more of those types of experiences into our life. But don't worry, because today, with the help of Marisa Peer, we are learning how to release guilt, how to forgive ourselves, how to get rid of that shame from the past that is no longer serving us. So we can raise our frequency, go all the way up the scale of consciousness to acceptance, to joy, to happiness, to love, and start bringing those experiences and attracting that with the law of attraction into our life. And if it's working for me, it's absolutely going to work for you. Lately, I have been manifesting money left and right, and I'm not saying that to brag because I'm getting certified as an energy healer, and the next course is around $4,555. I happened to manifest a check for that exact amount 2 days before I was going to sign up for the course. That is how powerful it is to let go and release these emotions of guilt so that you are no longer self-sabotaging. You are no longer counter-manifesting the things that you truly want in your life. And if you are feeling stuck and you're feeling like they're just out of reach, pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. We don't get what we want. We get what we believe is true for us. We get what we believe we deserve. And if we're feeling guilty and we're feeling shame about things that we did, regrets of the past, then it's really hard to feel like you're worthy and deserving of success and abundance. I had all of this regret of how I treated my mother and father when I was around age 14 and 15, where I started doing drugs. I started partying really hard. I was sneaking out every night, going to different cities. I even one time told them I was visiting some friends in Helen, Georgia, and actually went to Jamaica. That was one of my big ones that I did. And I have beat myself up about this for so many years. And all that's doing is unconsciously creating this belief that I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to be successful. But I have let it go with the help of Marisa Peer. Making mistakes are absolutely the only way that we learn how to do anything in our lives. That 14-year-old version of me is not who I am. It is not my identity. It is just a mistake that I made along the way when I was feeling depressed and I was feeling lost. It has nothing to do with who I am today. And holding on to that grudge against myself and punishing myself, it's only hurting me, it's hurting my children, it's hurting my family, my friends, and they don't deserve that. We all have flaws. It is our human nature to make mistakes. But it is of the divine to forgive. When you start forgiving yourself, and I mean truly forgiving yourself, all these doors open up, your heart begins to expand, you're able to start loving yourself in ways that you didn't think were possible, and these self-destructive behaviors and patterns just dissipate. We're all looking for this alignment, this inner alignment with what it is we want and what it is we believe. And when we create this alignment, let me tell you, there's nothing that can stop you. Marisa says that and I love how she puts this, if we don't forgive ourselves, then our minds actually become the judge, the juror, and the prison. So here's the exercise Marisa gives us to release our guilt. It's really simple. I've done it and I love it. Take out a piece of paper and write down all the things you feel bad about, that you feel shame about, anything you can think of that you feel guilty about. But remember, these things do not define you. They are not who you are. This is not your identity. These are just mistakes that you've made in the past. So write it down as if it was your friend that did it, so you don't identify with it. Maybe you took credit for somebody else's work, you cheated, you said something nasty to your kids when you were in a bad mood, whatever it might be. Now imagine if this was your best friend or your mother or your sister, what would you tell them? Oh, you better hold on to that for the next 20 years and beat yourself up for it every single day. No, of course you wouldn't tell them that. You'd say, hey man, we're all human, we make mistakes, it's okay. What matters is that you don't do it moving forward. Our past is like water. When you're taking a shower, the water goes down the drain. You can't go into the drain and gather up all the water that's washed away. You have to just let it go. It can't hurt you anymore. It can't influence you. It can't affect anything in your life unless you choose to allow it to. So everything on the list that you're not choosing in this moment to do again, cross it off. Marisa says that if you are not going to repeat the behavior, then you are already forgiven. Guilt is not natural. It is a trained, learned behavior, just like training a dog to feel bad when it pees on the carpet. It is not your innate emotion that you were born with. You did not feel guilty as a baby when you kept your mom up all night. This is something that you have learned, and anything that you've learned, you can unlearn. You can unprogram, and you can let go. I'm Sarah Stone Love. I hope that you try this exercise out. I know it sounds really simple, but just the act of writing it down actually transmutes the energy because it comes out of what's inside of you that's stored in there that you can't get out. You put it on the paper, it comes out of you, and then just the act of marking it off. And then you know what I did? I took it in a step further and I burned the paper because that also further transmutes the energy. I hope you try this out for yourself. Don't disregard it just because it sounds simple, because it really works. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know, leave me a comment, and join me every week. I'll be sharing more content on how to manifest your dreams.